Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus and we are back here with our Let's Play, and today we're going to AQUILO. That is right, we are finally going to go to the last planet, and I have prepared, I have over-prepared, I am over-preparing, that's just who I am. So what we're going to do in this episode, so AQUILO will be several episodes worth because we need to establish a base, but today it's all about getting there, preparing for it, getting there and landing, and then establishing sort of the infrastructure. Once you're sort of safely landed, then the next time we can go into tech and science and establishing, and then going up to the new tech that's unlocking and there, and we'll then move on from there. So let's talk a little bit about how we prepare, because there's two things. You need a ship with rockets, because there will be large meteors there that you really can't deal with without rockets. Technically other things, but you want rockets. Rockets are the default way and the intended way. Then we need to have a big storage so that we can bring a lot of stuff with us, and that's what we're going to do. On AQUILO there is no iron, no copper, no steel, nothing like that. There's oil, there's fluorine, and there's lithium brine. So and then there's ammonia. So there's like new things, but none of the basic stuff. So that means if we go there and we don't have a power pole, we damn well better make sure that we brought everything. Or even better, we bring our orbital platform with us. So that can actually get us there, and it can just drop down some things, because we can use carbon for fueling, we can use calcite together with iron and copper ore to make iron and copper on site. So that's kind of nice. I don't know if it's gonna make it. I don't know if it's equipped for it. One thing that I'm kind of feeling is that it would probably be a good idea to do, like, just put a little bit more turrets up front. I don't know. Guess we'll just try and send this off. So we'll send this a little bit closer. This one will now move to, I think we'll move it to Gleba, right? Because that's kind of where it then can go, and it takes a while to get there. But in the meantime, we need to build a list of things that we want to bring there. The way that we can do that is kind of simple, I guess. No, it's actually not so simple. We can go here and then we can look at the research. We got the research. Then we can kind of see what the ingredients are we need. So for example, we have to get lithium. That means we need holmium ore, holmium plate, so we get that from Fulgora. Lithium, it can only be done in furnaces, so we need to bring furnace with us. Then we go in here and we really want to get the cryogenic plant, so that means we need to bring processing units, superconductors, the lithium plate we have to make, and refined concrete. We also know that we have to make a lot of concrete because that's something we need. Then we need to bring chemical plants as well, and assemblers. And one thing is really important on AQUILO is that you will need heat pipes, lots and lots of heat pipes, and those heat pipes mean that they take a lot of space, and that means long-hand inserters are great. So we need long-hand inserters. Let's do something that is for AQUILO, and then start adding to that list. Well, this is actually a little problem, because as I was sort of building a logical one here for the stuff that comes in for AQUILO, I just realized that, you know what, I also need like normal assemblers and power poles and robopores and all sorts of circuit things, and you know, all sorts of things. And then it kind of got out of hand here. And then I realized, oh, there's also something for Fulgora, like modules and beacons and stuff like, oh wow, we are not transporting beacons. We need to transport more of these beacons. They are really valuable. 40, I guess. And now we're changing the generic ones here. Yeah, that's and then we just realized that we actually need all of it. So I'm gonna have to do this part, and we're gonna be traveling around to all the different locations, getting all the stuff in here, and hope we have enough room on our spaceship, and then we can go. You don't need to be this prepared, but you know, we built a big spaceship with a large storage, so let's use it. But there are some things here. Oh, there are actually some things that are not here that probably should be here. We don't have pipes. We really should have pipes as well. About 500 rockets later, we are ready to depart. Let's have a look at this. So the difference between AQUILO and all other planets is that you can't do anything yourself on AQUILO. So we kind of have to bring whatever we think we need. And of course we can send the ship back to resupply. And I have overdone it by a long shot. But I mean, that's just how we do things, isn't it? So we're gonna go to AQUILO. We are gonna be doing, just do that one. And then I will just, and we're allowing to unload. All right, wish me luck. We are going to AQUILO. Ah, it did the save. So now we will actually, for the first time, see if we, if the rockets are working. I mean, I know they're working, but we'll see together. We are flying at a very, very respectable 300 kilometers. It just adjusts itself to 300 because that's what we set as the maximum. And we should start seeing some bigger rockets or bigger fragments like that. That one. And finally, look at that. 3 rockets needed, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, that's a lot of rockets. They just don't really deal a lot of damage, do they? Oh, wow. That's actually a problem. Yeah, let's make sure that gets better. I completely forgot. You need this one, and you need a lot of it. Okay, we're gonna survive, but it's probably a good idea to get more of this. Yep. Ideally, you want them up to deal 11,000 or 1,100 damage, so that they only fire 2 rockets for each. Now we're actually using 5 rockets or something. Oof. 4 rockets. That's way too much. And we can get down to two rockets. That's easy. 1 rocket. That's like upgrade 20 level 22. All right. So anyway, even despite the fact that we need so many rockets, we are very safe and just cruising our way through this. As we are approaching the last stretch, let's have a look at our reserves here of rockets. It has diminished by 150, so that is it's a little bit diminished, but not so much. And then this ship has to stay in orbit and keep shooting. And we are now landing on this glorious planet. So one of the things is that I know about, I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? What we know about this is it's a challenge, but it's a really interesting challenge. It's a different challenge than Gleba. Gleba also has some things that it must be doing a certain way, but here you design it up front, and if the design doesn't work, it doesn't get started. But if the design works, you will get started, and then it works. While in Gleba, you design it, build it, and then it doesn't work, and that's a little more frustrating. Let's see, what is the first thing we want to do? We want to go to our map view so that we can get a landing pad. Yeah, we just need a landing pad. So it's actually really difficult to find anywhere that we can place it. There we go. We can place it here. If I just remove myself. Oh yeah, that's the other way around. We need to go in here, and then we need to find the landing pad and send it down. We're going to send the landing pad. We're going to send some robots down. There we go. We get our landing pad. Get it. And there. And then if we're fast enough, the robots will actually... Oh, no, they will not. They'll land here. Excellent. That's 100. What about the rest? Ah, there come the robots. And we can then pick them up. Good. So now we have our 250 robots. There are no enemies here. So that's pretty good. We will, however, need to just clean out the stuff. This is going to be very useful, and we'll probably get the first tech from doing this. There we go. Lithium processing is now here. So that means we can take holmium plate, lithium brine, and ammonia. So already we have lithium brine and ammonia that are new things. We don't know what that is, and we'll figure it out. But the first of the matter is now we can actually start sending things down here. We're not going to send much. We're just going to send like the very most important things. We're going to establish the grid because I actually want the grid here. And what else are we going to do? We are going to be sending out some power poles or power setup here. And we're going to set a little bit of that one down there. Good. That should get us started on also a chemical plant, I think. Chemical plant and some pipes. Maybe one of these. Some pipes. There. And we need an offshore... Oh. Did we not get offshore pumps? Yeah, we do. We do have offshore pumps. Where? There you go. There. And also pump jacks. Let's also get that. Alright. Well, that's something to get started with. So we've now collected everything that there's around us, and we have this ice platform. This is basically a landfill that we can extend, and then we have some ice, and we have some lithium. Pretty good. And I'm going to be taking everything in here. Then I am going to find a grid. We're just going to take the grid from somewhere that doesn't have anything else. New substation grid. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, it actually placed some things out here as well. Okay, it used some of our precious landfill. Oops. I don't want to put this down here yet, because they actually used a lot of power, and we don't have any power, so that's not great so far. Let's establish... Oh, I can't do anything until we get this one back online there. And I want it in the middle. Is it here or is it here? Well, I cannot. I can build it over there then. Great. So now I need concrete, because you can see there's something here that is called rough ice, I think. And that means that we can't land there. So let's get some landfill down, or some concrete down here. That is luckily something we have a lot of. There we go. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to bring some cargo landing pads. Oh no, some cargo pads, so extending the size of it. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I think. Let's get some concrete, and you guessed it, we are simply going to concrete everything here. We don't need to, but we are going to. There. Alright, so what I'm going to do on this planet is I will be making basically kind of the same kind of grid that we've been doing before. And, oh, solar panels. And because I think it's neat to have like a little structure of sorts. And then we can sort of expand from there. This also means like if we get a little build that can work in one of these locations, then you can always just stamp it down somewhere else as well. So we're going to establish something here. There we go. And, yeah, I think solar panels. Let's do solar panels first. Yeah, more concrete, solar panels. We're going to need to get some solar panels. It seems silly, but this is the only way we can get like our initial power is through the solar power. Even though it's bad, then it's still something. And we just let it accumulate a little bit. And yeah, we're not using any power, so this should just fill up this power. Good. Then we're gonna get some real power, because that's the first thing we want to do, is get some real power. Real power. And now I'm using... Oh, I'm missing one thing. I'm missing... Please don't be really missing. Oh, where are you? Where are you? There you are. That one. That was important. So I am going to use rare quality heat exchangers and turbines, and also the burner, the heater. What is it called? Heating tower. That's the one coming in here. Come on, heating tower. There. Also that. But the ratio is going to be the same. So if you don't have that, that's okay. The ratio is going to be exactly the same. I'm going to do everything at ratio so that you can see that it follows that. And I am going to get more of these rockets. I'm a little concerned about my orbital state resonante here. No, I'm not. Nothing really happening here. Shoot. Now it's 3 rockets. Ah, it's getting better. Okay. Right. So heating tower. Let's design something. I want to design it to sort of fit inside of an area like this. So let's see what we can do. And we're going to get this and this ratio. If normally it would be, it is 250% productivity, which is insane. It outputs 64 megawatt and consumes 25.6. Normally it consumes 16 and outputs 40. So, and if outputting 40, then these are consuming 10, but then the whole thing is scaled up by 60%. So this ratio are the same. Then we're going to use this. The unique thing about this area here is that everything freezes. Nothing works. So there are some things, heat exchangers work, heating tower works, power poles work, solar and accumulators apparently work, luckily, otherwise we couldn't work. But it's boxes work, but inserters, nope. And let me also get there. And not the good inserters either, and neither do pipes. They don't work either. It's just, so we need to have heat pipes everywhere. Right, let's go with a heat pipe thing. Let's actually make something here that's specifically for this. That means we are going to get that one, and definitely also get this up. And yeah, I don't know what else we want, but let's get these for now. Here. So that goes in here, and that can heat this up. So we need this to go into 8. There. There. Or 4 of these, right? 4. And I'm going to do something like this. I have been preparing a little bit in advance and just trying to figure out what kind of pattern we could do. And I think that I got something that looks silly, but it's really difficult to make something that doesn't look silly, but is actually really good. All right, so how this works is we get the heating here, and it has to go over to heat everything. And it can heat diagonal, but for example, this tile here is not heated, so I have to do it that way. Do I like this location? Doesn't matter. We'll just put some things in here to heat it. Oh, actually, didn't I also say that I want to bring my production platform? Ooh, this is going to be tricky to get there. And let's see. We are going to send this to AQUILO, and we're going to just wait in orbit like that. Let's give it a shot and see if this one can get here safely. Now, this is way slower, so it's going to be a little bit more questionable whether it can make it. We're just going to be looking as it goes a little bit out there. We do have quite a lot of artillery here, or rocket artillery, so should be fine. A little bit higher intensity with a few more of the big colossal ones, yet I don't think it actually matters much. We can see that we are very confidently just paving through everything. I think we'll just say that this is probably fine, and we'll just go back to the work we're doing on AQUILO, the design work. So, the reason why I want to do this particular shape, let's go out here, is because I want to use the middle here for heating. And there, maybe, there. And the heating, the only way to get water here is by melting ice. And that's done in this machine here. So we can melt ice, but that needs power. This is exactly why we must have this. But we need you to heat up. This is heated up. And then we can actually go up here. Let's see. I do think that I want to have my water going in like that. So it can go into these two. So now the water can go here, and there is enough room for me to sneak by here. And you can see that the heat sort of spreads around here. And if I think I need to move you one back here, because I do need to be able to get something inbound with a requester that we don't have yet. And we will be doing a robot base, even though robots are very inefficient here. But even if they're inefficient, they're still going to be a good option. All right, this is good, I think. And then it needs to go up here to heat that. And then I need to go around to heat on the outside. There. It takes a while for the heat to dissipate, and it will cool this one down. You can see it's cooling down now. It's because it needs, as it heats up more, then it drags the heat further out. All right, and that is actually just something we want to do symmetric, right? Let's do that and flip it on the other side like this. Yeah, I need to get it here. I think I need to do... Let's do it this way. And then, oh, right. Well, that sucks. Yeah. And this is, of course, not in a robot network, but it kind of... Something. Come on, feed it. We need more temperature so we can heat this up. And I'm going to get water in here. Get the requester for water. Or ice, and a requester for that one is something we hopefully have in orbit at some point, because we only brought a finite amount of rocket fuel. We can make more rocket fuel. How are you doing? You are you're still fine. You're still fine, but you're slowly coming in, and the thruster is kind of slowing down, I guess. Doesn't matter. It'll get there eventually. This will heat up quite slowly. That is unfortunate, but that's just how it is. It'll just take a while for it to heat up, especially because it now also needs to heat up all the pipes. So here's another thing. These heat pipes, they will gradually get the same temperature with a little bit of a heat gradient, depending on the distance from here. So once they're sort of heated up, there will of course be some heat that comes out of the heating tower in order to heat all these up to sort of whatever temperature it can maintain. But once that's done, and if there's no sort of draw of heat, then it kind of gets stuck. So that's just good to know that it's not like heat pipes in themselves use power. There we go. And we now produce water that comes out here, but the temperature is only 100 degrees and it needs to be 500 degrees before this one actually starts generating power. We can do some of the other things that we need to do here. We are going to monitor the temperature as always, and we are only going to be enabling it when it is when temperature T is less than 550. That's way too low. 550. There we go. And I could actually do two things here. That one. And then kind of make them a little bit different. And kind of use our carbon first. For example, we don't have carbon, but we should get carbon at some point. Here's an important thing. We need modules. We need efficiency modules on everything. There. Efficient modules on things that can use efficient modules, especially in the beginning here. This one will then be at let's actually make them a little bit different. 580. So I will keep heating it carbon first. There we go. This is actually working, and we can then set all these down here. That looks good. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. We actually just happen to have some cargo pads. Nice. All right, is it working? No, we'll just wait for this one to work, and we will get set up on some of the other things here. And we'll also need to set up some logistics chest here. And we get these here, and they will be placed in sort of, I'm going to do the same pattern I do every single time. There we go. And then I'm going to do some output here. Or, look at that. That doesn't work. We need now the heat pipes coming all the way down there. I'm going to drag the heat pipes in here because we also need it for an inevitable roboport that we want to build here. So we can leech this power. Luckily the roboports at least don't need to do anything, and maybe we have to do something different here. There. Like that. Much better. Okay, let's do that, and yeah. Yeah, so this is kind of an important part about why it works. Also interesting, why is it not being output then? Why are you not working? Oh, we don't have a lot of power. That's why. It is working. It's just not working very well because some idiot put down a roboport, and that takes all of our power. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a little bit until we get this really up and running. So we need to keep feeding it, and then don't expand the network, and then we should get some power going. Very, very slowly we're making it all the way to 500 degrees, and it is just insane how much of the carbon it's consuming. Now, carbon isn't the best in terms of fuel value, but even the rocket fuel is just getting burned super quick. So we keep dropping from orbit, and we're actually just using it up. And there we go, we're crossing 500. This is exactly where we want to go. And then we should see that suddenly, well, not suddenly, but now there is more power. And it doesn't drop down by itself. It drops down, of course, because we're consuming some fuel here. And then we suddenly, now we have power. Whew, going from nothing, and then we jump up to about, well, potentially up to 60. Oh, that's the accumulators that were charged. So the accumulators are now charged. That's nice. Do I have more accumulators? I have a few more. I can set those down. And I actually did do a little change. I moved it up one tile because, or up one square. Whew. The good news that is that it is now working, and we don't have any of this coming in anymore because we're not getting it. But you can see that this is also now going a little bit slower here. And there. And these are still working. This one will only do it when it's less than 550, which it still is. Good, this is great. Now, another thing that's so great about this design is that it is completely and utterly tileable. So if we want more, we just double it, and then we get another one. That's the beauty of this design here. I mean, one of the many beautiful things. If we do this, we should now see that the temperature will decrease quite rapidly, also in here, because it's struggling to heat up the other part. But I do think that it's worth it to do this. I also think that it is time for us to put in a roboport. It doesn't change much right now, but it actually means that things will be able to come in here. That one. And then this will start helping speed up. So it's not going to consume more power, but it'll be able to produce more power this way. And by having two of these, I feel that we're good in terms of power. That's 128 megawatt of power. And when we then get that going, well, we do have it going. I'm just a little bit worried that this will drop below. Yeah, it definitely dropped below. So now we're not generating power. These ones generate a little bit of steam because they still have a little bit of steam in them. You could do something with steam storage. I know that I'm usually not a big advocate of that, but it might actually be something that is valuable in this setting here. I don't think I want to do it. I think I want to do it this way because this is a unique example where we are in the beginning just hooking up another one, and therefore it decreases in power in utilization. And I also really want all of this, and we need to feed it some of that and some of that. Okay, so a lot of it is about this. Now let's start deciding what the next thing we want to do is, because we can't expand beyond 84 platform tiles, landfill tiles basically. So we need to do something better, and that is we need to make there. Do we have that? No, we don't have that. Oh, let me get something inbound as well. Do we need some belts? Yeah, let's get some belts, some underground, maybe a splitter. Don't think so. A single of that and more of this. Lights, of course, lights, and also some circuit conditions. We might need that. That's not what this is what I was looking for. Did I drop the wrong electromagnetic planes so I don't have the good ones? Typical. We can also just drop a few iron, few copper, this one. Oh, we can't. Never mind. We'll wait for things to come in. Finally, the power starts up again, and we now have the power we needed. Good. Let me put in some drones, and oh, they only have one, so that's a start. Another one? Yeah. Now we can scale up. Yay! Cool. Let's look at what we want. I want to make something that's frozen. I want to make these ice platform. So now we get into the big part of the design. When you do the design here, we essentially just go like, yes, we just need an input here, and we need some of these, that's all good. And then we also need some pipes, and then afterwards you go, how the hell am I going to do this? But no, that's not how we do things on AQUILO. Here you start by, you have to think in terms of heat pipes first. So by doing this, we can then start looking at, okay, this is probably a good way to do heat pipes. We can take the heat pipe out here so we can get a sense of what it's like. And of course, by every time we do this, we're leaching heat. So you really should be, if you can, designing it without the heat engine, without the heat, because every time you move it one tile, you lose all the heat that has been accumulated. And then right now we're a little vulnerable in terms of heat. So this is now also why I've said that you need so many of these underground belts, because we need to get in some ice coming on a belt here. Actually just this part, and then that's all good, but then I can't heat this over here, so we're gonna need to do it in a different way. There, and then we can get heat pipes in here, and it actually looks quite nice. That one is not needed. I think I like this. This is consuming. Let's do definitely. I want to just check that it's not my space platform that's broken. This needs ammonia and ice. Ammonia, we get that from here. There we go. So we get ammonia, and it is a ammoniacal solution, whatever. That one is also going to be our new rare version of this. There we go. So let's have a look at this. This is going to take the solution here. We have some new recipes. We can do solid fuel from ammonia. We can do ammonia rocket fuel, and lots of ammonia and some solid fuel. Only 3 solid fuel, and then we can also do the lithium, which also requires ammonia. And so this is the one we want. We take the ammoniacal solution and then make some ammonia for us. Not a lot, but something. This will give us 80 per second, and these are consuming 26 per second. So the thing is, though, I'm going to get another one, a cryogenic plant later on that's better. So I think I actually want something that is bigger as well. Ooh, I accidentally hooked it up. Was that intended? I don't think that was intended. So let's hurry up and disable that and get you down here. Yes. So that's 5 of these. That's kind of a lot, but I think that's the maximum we can support. Ooh, that's not a great place to put it. Let me just take this out here, because I don't have outputs. What do they say about thinking in terms of... So we need outputs on this side as well. Longhand inserters, because then we can use this one. And I'm not going to drag it the rest of the way because then it connects. But I do think we're onto something here. Then that will need to be put into maybe a belt, which will then be heated. And then from here, it can then go into a box. There, where we then will store our ta-da, ice platform. Great. Then I can also get it up here. I think I want this to be closer. And then you can go around and connect. Yes. And then I don't need this. I don't need this. I just need something inbound here. And that could come up from this location, I guess. And that will need to get some piping in. It's really difficult to work on this. I think that we're going to be settling in on building it here. Right? This seems like an okay place to build it. Could move it one tile. I'm going to move it one tile up while I have the opportunity. So. There. Funny thing is, now it is actually perfectly aligned with the other one, which was not really my intention, or was not my thought. But it is, and we're going to lean into that. There we go. This part doesn't serve a purpose right now. So we're getting some heat up. Now we can also much easier see what it is we need to do in terms of heating. If I do this, I will have a tough time heating the pipes over here. So we're going to go back to that one and that one. Now we don't need heating here. This is going to get... And it goes in. And these are not heated. It's pretty good. Do we get some solution working? Yes. Solution is working. And we could even put in a speed module here if we feel so inclined. That makes it 120. And these are 26 each. So that's actually very, very close to even ratio. We should start seeing a constant flow here. Now we will... We probably need... Or we definitely need to get more in here. And that I can do like this. Or I can do it something like this here. That one. And then we're going to be getting a ice box here. There. So that whatever ice we have somewhere, because we will have it somewhere, you can send it in here. This will use all the ice, and it'll be oh, it won't be... okay. Maybe I just do it this way instead. Is it too fast? It's too fast for our inserter or outserter. Something like this. Now it's able to export it fast enough, and it puts it into boxes, and then we have some storage. It puts it out to the belt faster. Everything's good. This one is not good, however. It's... oh no, the power is down. And why is it not getting there? Dual robots, but we do not have enough power. Okay, so maybe we don't want to build too much more than this, because our power is diminishing quickly. It is, and I think it's because we just have to heat up on a lot more pipes, and we also added some more power. So this is coming in. But I think we need to do some boosting here. I think the next thing we really want to do is get some much needed fuel because we're actually running out of fuel here. There. That is working, but it's hard to get there. So what we definitely want to do, and that's going to be next episode, is fix the fuel and then do some more tech up. So this is a start. This is a start. We have landed. We have built a little bit on this planet, and it has some absolutely amazing design challenges. The designs you come up with here are super unique and interesting. And of course, these will be part of the blueprints, so you can download it if you are a patron supporter. You can download the save games and the blueprints, and you can get access to all these things. We're just gonna have a look at our platform in orbit to see that it's just happy. It's just getting the stuff inbound, and obviously we are going to be demanding every single bit of carbonic output we have. Interesting here, we might actually be in this location kind of reversing this and going the other way around and saying, hey, if it's this other way, then actually we're going to be sending the, not that one, the ice into something else, right? Let's send ice into carbonic and metallic. That might be something that's more valuable for us right now. And I can do the same thing on this side, because the carbonic is actually what we really want, and therefore we can convert the other thing. Excellent. And Rosinante is just hanging out, just being emptied, but the only thing that's really concerning is the rocket fuel, but we can always just go back and get some more rocket fuel if we want to. But that's going to be, we've established our base. It's okay-ish, but it certainly would like some more focus. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this very first journey and landing on AQUILO, and I will be back in the next episode. Until then, take care and stay effective.